Hello, welcome back to Charles Andre Podcast, episode 5. We are in 2024. I have been gone for a little bit. It's time for the update. The last episode with Sharon, the crafter, the creator. I told you that I had some things to let you know and give you some updates. Some good stuff has happened. This is going to be a total catch-up episode, so no interview today other than just catching up on me and the direction I'm going and some of the things that have kept you from seeing episode 5 prior to right now. So, and I got notes today to keep me on track because I always tell you I'm a talker. I'll keep talking. So we're going to stay on track as much as I can. I'm not making you a whole bunch of promises, okay? But as much as I can. So I was promoted. I earned a promotion at my job at the Amazon Hub delivery center that I work at. So I am now a process assistant, and this is what I wear. It has Charles on there, process assistant. I could talk a little bit. All right, Charles, process assistant, the Human Torch, flame on down there. All right. There we go. Okay, so basically that's like an assistant manager is what I would kind of tell you. I help out with making sure staffing is done before associates get there. I try to make sure everything is pretty much ready to go. Make sure people have gloves. Make sure people know where they're working and support them as best I can during the shift. So it is it's a task. And coming from where my background is, I'm going to connect those dots here shortly. So let me stay on task. The reason why you haven't seen me is because I took on that position and it's been about 3 months. So the last episode, I was in that position when I was speaking to you and talking to my wife. It's just time consuming, and which I knew it would be. But so the problem is me. And I'm just going to blurt it out and get it out there. I almost sold this camera that I'm talking to you on. I almost sold this audio equipment that's sitting to the left of me because I was thinking, you know what, man, I'm going to hit the ground running. I'm going to go ahead and just give this thing my all. And I knew I wasn't going to have time to do these episodes. At least I felt like I wouldn't. And, I knew we were heading towards peak season, and peak season is where, you're in the Christmas season and people are buying things. And it's just the most amount of packages and deliveries are going to happen during peak season, which is towards the end of Thanksgiving, end of November, all through December. And literally, I've been in this place over a little over 2 years, and I've never seen us be so busy with packages. And we did like a record number of packages coming through the building. I think it was like 84,000, maybe a little bit higher. I think we might have hit 86,000 packages to like process through that delivery center and actually went out for delivery. Now, if they got delivered, that's a whole nother story. I could give y'all a lot of information about that. But that's where I've been. That's what's been going on. And the issue that I had with it was the whole Human Torch thing. I always come up with, like, I'm still a kid at heart, man. I love like superheroes, and maybe it's because that's the adolescent mindset of, connecting to something more than what you believe you can be and what you can do. And as a child, you generally are going to, kind of like cater to that side of your mentality and feed into it. So I do as much as I can do in a day. I take on as much as I can take on in a day, to sometimes my own detriment, to be real with you, because I'm a human being and there's only so much garbage that I can take as far as like when things are just going left and no one's trying to make them go right, or not enough. Let me say it that way. And not enough people are trying to make it go right. That can be frustrating. So I used to call myself Batman because I always had all these different gadgets and things that I came up with and created, which I might see if I can find a couple pictures and throw a couple pictures in there so you can see what I actually looked like when I was doing some of the tasks that I had to do around that building. Like I'm not a normal dude, man. I'm not a normal dude. Like I always look at things in a creative way and I figure it out for myself. I might look at what other people do, but I'm never going to carbon copy anything. If you do something and I use a piece of it, you can be for sure I'm gonna flip it and make it mine. Like we're not going to be the same. We're not going to be on the same level. Like I refuse to. And to me, that's just a competitive nature that I have. And I think most people really, let me quit lying. I'm gonna talk how I talk. All people should be creative. All people should do the best that they can do and push for the best that they can do. That's just what I believe. So I've been just working, man, just hitting overtime numbers like crazy, like 60-hour work weeks, easy, like easy. And sometimes more than that, which I was getting, in a situation where they were looking at me like, hey, you can't be in here off the clock. Like, I mean, I didn't know what else to do other than be prepared. Once you show me what I have to do, I'm not the person that you got to like prop up. There's like a steel rod in my back. There's not bone and cartilage and just spinal cord. That's a steel rod in my back. Like if you see me and it seems like I'm irritated, it ain't because I can't do the work. It's because I can't do all the work. Like I wish I could do it all. I wish I could duplicate myself and be in multiple parts of that building and things will get done. But if I'm on one side taking care of a fire, there's a fire over here, then there's a fire over there, which most people would think, well, oh, that's just management. Yeah, but at some point we all got to get on the same accord, and the majority of us should be working together. And there's a lot of people in that building that they're vets to me. They're just jaded at this point. Some people are just burnt and overworked, and I'm doing all I can on my end to try to like spread that. But we have some issues. So I'm not going to get deep into that. I was getting deep. I'm not going to get too deep into that. So that's just where it's been. I've been, took on a promotion, been working a whole lot and almost gave up on this. And what stopped me from doing that, I literally was in the middle of the sale and I just canceled it, man. I'm like, I can't do this. Like I'm not, because this is about I started off with a Canon, sold the Canon, got a Sony, sold the Sony, and now I got a Nikon, or Nikon, wherever you from in the country. So yeah, I'm not about to buy another camera, man. Like, and I'm the kind of person that I don't buy garbage. I don't buy nothing that isn't gonna be and look and sound and be the thing that I like watching myself. So I listen to Joe Rogan. I listen to actually the recent one I saw, which I don't know if y'all saw that one. Yeah, Detour. I told y'all Detour. But that Club Shay Shay with Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp, yo, they got like, I looked at it today, they got like 33 million views in like a few days. I'm like, yo, that's inspirational. So that's the kind of stuff that like my small town Ohio near Cleveland living self, I look at that and I'm like inspired and I'm like, man, let me get to work. That's just how I look at it. And I gotta stick to something that I grew up hearing from my dad. And it's like, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I don't plan on failing. So I'm putting together like this. To me, this is a plan. This was a plan before I sat in front of this camera to start talking and start doing what I'm doing, to really be on point on, taking this more seriously, putting the time and the effort, getting back to my interviews, talking to awesome people, which I found more awesome people in that building. There's like another, sorry about that squeaking, there's another artist I ran into, a new guy. He's only been in the building like a couple months. He showed me some of his artwork and I'm like, man. And speaking of artwork, you see this? Now, hopefully this is in there, but that's Michael B. Jordan as Superman. I told my wife I just wanted to have a hoodie with a black Superman on it. And she found one and I'm like, you know what I heard? Like there was fan art. I remember seeing fan art of Michael B. Jordan and I'm like, put that on there. So this is actually new. This isn't what she started off with episode 4 when she was talking about how she started. This is that new thing she was wanting to get into. It's called sublimation printing. So it's actually artwork that can be printed. We'll talk to TJ again. It's about to start moving, man. Things, when she talked all that, I'm not about that life and all that. She about that life now because she's got her own episode. I'll put it in her first episode. We did that on New Year's day after New Year's. She's got her first episode for Absolutely Blissful Creations. So she's doing it and I'm getting back to doing it. So reeling that back in. again, I'm at a, I don't want to make this a whole Amazon video, but I'm just going to be real. This is what I've been doing. So while I'm doing it, I'm just doing the best I can at it. And that availed to me opportunity to move up, because I'm not going to lie, I was jaded too for a minute. I was up in there, and the only difference is I tried to be respectful. It's wild in this building. I don't know. I've been at a FC, a fulfillment center, and this is a AMZL, a delivery hub. And the difference between the two, if you're at a FC and you got earbuds in, you're going to take that joker out and like slide it in something. If somebody comes by with like orange stripes, like you just seen my orange stripes, or a process assistant, red stripes, that's operations, green, that's safety, or you're just not going to be playing around them people, because they'll write you up. Where I'm at right now, we got to get it together, man, because it's just so lax. I got people, like, I used to wear this thing over my head, and not all the time, but I'm not gonna lie, most of the time, but not all the time. Man, I used to rock my earbuds, but you couldn't see them. Like, these people walk straight up to me with two toothbrushes hanging out their head. Like, that's what Apple AirPods look like, especially if you ain't balling, trying to get the pros where that stem is small. Them two big old long stems, it looks like you got a toothbrush stuck in the side and it's just hanging down your face. Sorry, I'm Samsung. I'm Android. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Y'all better check that S24 Ultra out. It's about to eat Apple's lunch, but that's a whole different thing. But for real, like, yo, they come up to me and I'm like, I got like a whole mic that's a JBL speaker, and it's loud. It really is. And I'll go, hey, so-and-so. Hey, so-and-so. And they literally can't hear me. Like, it's a safety issue, and it sounds corny, but it really is. If we like, fire, you done. You can't even hear me. You can't hear nothing. And it's just wild. And I get it. There's some people that they're on just a different page, and I was there too, got jaded, didn't really want to do the job anymore. And instead of, and I didn't go lie, I complained. Raw dog, say it, I bitched. There was days that I was just not having it in there, talking crazy. But I'm also 43. Like, I've been there. I've been to the place where I lost jobs because I just didn't get my ass up out the bed. I've been to the point where, yo, I'm going to do this job, but hey, man, I'm just going to do a little bit. Yo, ain't nobody trying to do it. Been there, done it. All I can tell you at where I am now, you should have options. Why? Like, I'm just going to try to talk to mentalities for a second. Your higher mentality, not that shit that's in the gutter and smokes weed and come back smelling like feet, ass, and weed all day. Not that person. I'm talking to the other one that actually brush your teeth, wash your ass, and come in and smelling like just not weed, bruh. Like, I get it. It's legal in a lot of places. I get it. But you're just not going to move up like that unless you're working for Snoop or something. Like, I don't know where you just come in and you just always on some like, yeah, I'm just going to do a little bit, yo. Like, you're not going to move up. Like, no one needs you. Be in a situation where they damn near owe you. Like, you don't have to work hard. But if you do, now you really put somebody in a situation where, unless you think you're working around garbage people, like if the people above you, you really feel like they on trash and not going to look out for you, never, like, just be in a situation where people owe you, or they look at you like, hey, yo, can you go? Because they know they done called on you so much. And it's just like, at some points, I even do it. Like, I can't even look at some people, and I try. And one dude even like brought it to my attention, like, yo, Charles. And he got mad one day. And at first I was mad at him, like, yo, man, you need to chill. And he was like, yeah. And the way he said it, I had to think about it. And I'm like, man, sometimes I ask people because I have to, but if I can, I try to. It's difficult because it's just goofy stuff, yo. Like, it's people that come in, and there's like two different ways if you're not working on the dock to get down to where you would be staffed. There's people that don't know, and I'm just going to look at the camera just so you know that I know. If it's you and you mad and you looking at me funny and you happen to see this video, I hope people show you. But if you walk going on the left-hand side where you walk past divert and all that, you hook around L and then you come up to the staffing board, yo, you on trash. Just telling you, just telling you about your life. You on trash because you're trying not to get to a place where you're going to be seen, be staffed, and actually do the job. But you're on the clock, but you don't want to be staffed. I'm just going to be real with you. As much as I just rewind and talk to you about that bitching thing, I never did that. There was a guy in that building that has moved on to another place. I think he moved to Pennsylvania. His name was Alex. I would come in and I would look for Alex. Alex was tall. He wasn't hard to find. I would come in, I would look for Jim. I'm like literally right under Jim. He's a operations red vest. I'm orange. I'm process assistant. I would look at Jim and be like, hey man, what you need? Even if I didn't feel like it, I'm there, I'm on the clock. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I'm getting deep, but that's the difference between a hub and a fulfillment center. You just getting something different. Like if you think I'm not here to help, I am here to help. Do not go to a FC. I'm talking to anybody who works at DC07. Don't. Like, if you are not a hard worker, don't. All you're going to do is go get your feelings hurt, because them people not playing with you. It's not like at us. With us, sometimes we just got that belt run time, the time we have to do things. At a FC, it's not like that. It just keeps going. So you're not running from nothing. You just gonna eventually see somebody that's gonna write you up, and then you got problems. I might have to change this episode to like Amazon episode, because I'm just talking about it a lot, because that's where I've been, and I want to get some of that stuff out there, because again, this is, it's lining up. This is why I wasn't on here doing my stuff, because I was doing their stuff, and I'm gonna back off of that a little bit. And the funny thing is, me saying that, I'm still doing more than my job. Like, that's just how I rock, man. I don't do less. I always have done more. That's just how I rock. An old dude's opinion. That's my next thing. I just put it down like that because I was just having a talk with my youngest, and she was like, yeah, it just sounds like, we were talking, and the way she said it back to me, it was like, dang, she just thinks I'm just an old dude complaining, which it can come off that way if you're not going to listen. If you just look at surface, you like, yeah, man, sure. Yeah. Bruh, you too one day might, the baldy. You too, some gray. Like, you're not going to stay young forever. It's not going to be cute forever. It ain't going to be kiki hee hee forever. It just, it won't, if you don't take yourself seriously. But at this point, my age and my mentality have caught up. Some people that has not happened. And I'm thankful that has happened, because there's times where I'm a goofball and I'm playing, and there's times that I'm not playing at all, like at all. And I know that normally I got a lot of kiki hee hee in my stuff, but yeah, today is going to be a little bit different. So y'all got to bear with me. You can tune in or tune out. That's cool. But, I've been in a situation where I basically felt like I was selling my soul. I came from cosmetology, an instructor, then I got promoted to department chair. And again, I did that because as far as a promotion, it came around and it looked like, hey, maybe he should be promoted, because I just worked hard and I took what people were doing and I made it mine and I made it more. That's just what I've done. And I found out, if you are something and you claim you are something, you should be that thing everywhere you go. So in cosmetology, I was a front runner for like one of the best instructors in the building, not because I knew everything, but because I would try to do everything. I would try to help you with everything. And I never acted like if I didn't know it, I knew it. I just don't believe in that. That fake it till you make it. I've never been one of them people that's been on that. You will never hear me say that out my mouth. Like, I'll laugh about it, but I'm not going to tell you fake it till you make it, because I'm one of the type of people that I look at it from my point of view. What part of my life do I want to look at and have somebody giving me something that they're faking it? No. Like, think about it. If you went and spent money on a steak, do you want a fake steak? You went and spent money on a car, you want a fake car, because the person that just was trying to make it just was trying to make it. So they faked it. No, you don't. That's dumb. So moving on. I'm choosing to be happy, bro. Like, sometimes I go in that building and I got to really choose it, because there's like the last couple of weeks. But again, these are record numbers. They pushed hard. As far as corporate, the numbers that we had coming through that building, it was ridiculous. Like, I was working 5 days a week, 12-hour shifts, and I wasn't late. I left early one time because I had a furniture delivery, and I only left like maybe 2.5 hours early. Other than that, I was in there strong early and maybe a little bit later. But I'm choosing to be happy with my wife, my kids, the work that I'm doing. I should say job. It's just over broke. Make sure you know that, because work is what I'm doing right now. Come when I go back to that job, that's a job. And I got to get back to the mentality of, and the best way I heard it put, never work harder on your job than you work on yourself. So this is like going to be like my life's work. This is going to be a part of my life's work, something that I enjoy doing and I want to do. So I will say that I got off the rails a little bit, but y'all got to bear with me. I'm just trying to, this is just a comeback episode and touching base with, you might just see the smiley and I want to, just be lighthearted, but it's been a little rough, man. I mean, I'm coming back telling the truth about, I almost gave up on this. And I know I've asked people to like support and, of course, like, subscribe and all that stuff. I don't have all the annotations and all that down yet, but I don't even watch people that do that all the time. And I don't need somebody to tell me to subscribe. If you digging it, if you see some of my other episodes and you see where I'm trying to go with it, cool. I got a background in something that I helped a lot of people and it was cool. I seen another student, and this happened at the FC too, like back in 2020, I came across a student and I want to say her name was Jasmine, but, she was another student that, really, really important, really good, really helped me get some stuff done. As a matter of fact, I said Jasmine, I gotta give somebody a shout out because there is a Jasmine that is no longer with us, and I want to put this on record. Excuse me. Like I said, this is a real one. So the Jasmine I just mentioned is not this Jasmine. This right here is Jasmine Porter. Sorry, this is Jasmine Porter. She passed away some years ago. This group right here was what I call my real seniors of Remington. I worked at Remington College, the salon, quote unquote. That was my first group of seniors that like helped me put something on. And this was my first photo shoot. And the girl in the middle, her name is Jasmine Porter. Shout out to Jasmine Porter, RIP. Very important person, very special person to me because she helped me get something off the ground, which a lot of those students helped me get some real stuff off the ground. We had fun. Hang on. I think I might have showed y'all. Hang on. Just wait. So when I say real seniors of Remington, let's see, this is just real. And it's going to be all right. Y'all going to have to bear with me. Because I'm not going to be Mr. Q Card, perfect podcast episodes. This was my first, and I know I'm showing this probably on my Facebook, but this ain't that. Real seniors of Remington. This was my first photo shoot. Those are blow dryers they're holding up. And my thing was, as they got done with finishing up cosmetology school, I wanted them to have something special to take on and something that they could show at their salon that they went to or whatever they were doing. We would take I would take photos of them doing things, and I would take at that time you used to have a float photo. You don't need to have a photo for your cosmetology license anymore. At that time you did. So I made sure they had good photos. And everything was presented in a way where it showed that they had some class and they were doing something that, showed that their creativity was going to propel them into the next thing that they were going to do. So that was before Awesome Charles Andre. And the reason why I picked Awesome, because I looked it up. Google Oxford Languages defines awesome as being extremely impressive. So everything and it matches everything that I try to do. I'm trying to be extremely impressive. I'm trying to be, above and beyond the best that I can do. Now, of course, if you're standing near me, I'm going to be looking at you, sizing you up, and I'm not playing around. I'm competitive. I'm very competitive, and I don't play around. So I like to do things that mean something to me, and I find meaning in everything I do, or I just won't do it. Like, if you ever see me and it's like, oh man, I thought you was awesome, Charles, I'm not doing that damn thing. Like that thing right there, I'm not trying to do that. But if I'm gonna show up daily, eventually you got to give yourself over to it. Like, be good at it. Like, there is no I'm taking a day off. If you taking a day off, all right, bet. See you tomorrow. But people, I'm around people daily, yo. Daily. They are just like a record scratch. It's like the music's playing and they like, yo, like they look at me in my face and tell me, yeah, man, I ain't doing that. I look at him and I'm like, I can't say it how I want to say it, but like I was just like, yo, you gotta go, man. like you need to go. I just never heard of a grown person coming into a place expect. Now my thing is, if the same people that looked at me and said, yo, I ain't doing that, I ain't, but you ain't leaving, I wish your paycheck started to reflect every time you said what you wasn't gonna do and you ain't gonna do it. Now again, these same people would immediately probably be like, yeah, but Charles, don't do it, and so and so. No, I'm talking across the board. Nobody get paid. Nobody. So the deadbeat that you feel like is a deadbeat, and that's why you about to be a deadbeat, all the deadbeats get nothing. Like you go home with nothing. And that's crazy to me, but that's what a lot of people do. So I'm just going to be real with you. I'm not on that. I'm not. I'm looking to be extremely impressive. I'm looking to press the envelope, the issue, and really do the things that I'm trying to do in a way where I'm doing them to my best ability. Or I'm not going to do it. I just refuse to be average. And I really don't want to be around average people. I don't. If you're thinking average and thinking just get by and just come in and do a few hours, I'm not going to lie. I don't have a problem with you, but I really don't want you to be in my face that much. Like, say hi and say bye. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Okay. Because there's no camaraderie there. Like, I can only really chop it up with people that's doing something. If you're not doing anything, yo, we don't have a whole lot in common. We just don't, because I'm just not there. Like mentally fit, like I'm not there. So anyway, I would love for you all to check out, again, I'm leaving the description, Absolutely Blissful Creations. I'm trying to make sure I show this. Let me move my tablet. That's a Superman. She's got a couple other things too that she's working on for me, and I'll make sure that we get more episodes out for her. But I'm back. 2024, happy new year. Hope you and your family, you and your dreams, you and everything you're trying to do is going to another level, because I promise you I'm going. And it's going to get crazy, because I've seen some people really do some wild stuff. I'm trying to get to a point where I might start filming every day. I might start hitting some audio, because my audio's on point. Like, let's be for real. My audio's on point. Let me see. Thank you. Thank you. I am back. All right. And hang on. I've been getting my money right. So get your money straight, get your mind right, believe in yourself, stay tuned, stay awesome. Peace. Let's go.